I can't tell if anybody can see or hear me. We may want to restart. Oh, maybe we are live. Let me go over to LinkedIn and see if we are live because it's a black screen. Oh, we are live and you can see me. I apologize. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the talent show. Not everything is always perfect, but we are here. All right, I need to mute myself over here or close this tab. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Volume 3, Episode 23 of the Talent Show powered by TTEC. I'm your host today, Jennifer Nelson. We are here every other Thursday at noon Eastern to focus on TTEC's most valuable asset, its talent, of course, the people who bring the skills, the drive, and the life to TTEC. After all, people are at the heart of the TTEC Human Experience Elevated. All right. That being said, I see we have some people coming in. Thank you, Dora. Thank you for the comments. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Anna Kinet. And I lose points every time I butcher a name. I apologize. I really do try. Hooked on Phonics sometimes did work for me. Hey, Leah. Hey, Samara. Can we get a good sense of where everybody is tuning in from? As many of you know, I am in sunny North Florida, and I say sunny because it is now November and still 80 degrees. Might have to translate that to Celsius for a few people who are overseas. But really appreciate you being here. I have a good thought. Hello, Naveen. Hello, Sarah. I am losing points left and right. I do love the names. I do love trying. Saraba, you tell me. You can put it in the comments to sound it out so I can better understand. Hello, Monica. Hello, Dylan. Love it. Yay. Naveen is from India. I see Monica's from Arizona. Very nice. Somebody from South Africa. Hello, Jose. James from North Carolina. Very nice. Hello, Gabriela. Good to see you from Mexico. And somebody from Tunisia for us from Tunisia. I don't think we've had somebody from Tunisia before. That's very exciting. Sharon from Fort Lauderdale. I almost said St. Louis. You were not from St. Louis. Whole world away. Samara from Egypt, first time attending. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Naha from India as well. So it looks like India is still winning a little bit. So really love to see that. Thank you so much for being here with us for the talent show. So today's topic is the whole show is going to be a little bit different, and it's going to kind of be stripped away because I'm your host and I'm your guest today. It's all about me. No, I'm kidding. But this topic is very relational to who I am. So we have Veterans Day coming up on November 11th here in the United States. We also have the U.S. Marine Corps birthday coming up on November 10th. Big holidays for us in the military community coming up right around the corner. So I also am a veteran. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I served between active duty Army and my civil service with the government for 14 years, actually. It's something that I've shared like bits and pieces through time, but because of the holidays coming up, I think we're just gonna get down to a couple points of working with veterans that I hope is universal to everybody across the world. And then some ways to think like a veteran, right? And be resourceful to learn from them and use them for your own career strategies. So that's my hope and intent for today. I do want to clarify what the difference is between Veterans Day and Memorial Day, because some people get maybe a little confused. I did for a long time too. So Veterans Day in the United States is a federal holiday that's designed as a day to honor all those who served in the military. I always thought that it kind of meant as a veteran, you had to be combat oriented, but that's not true. And it took me actually a long time to realize that anybody who served in the military is a veteran and they are deserving to be honored at this time. even though that's a U.S. holiday, I do think it's a good way, just a practice to maybe go out and get to know a veteran around you. There's no reason not to gain an interest or express an interest in their lives or what they're doing. Many times people don't hear stories from me, and I've talked to people before, and I've said, I just don't think people care about it. Because a lot of my journey as a veteran is boring. I mean, it's day in, day out of work, with spikes of adrenaline and craziness. But there's no harm in taking this opportunity, even as a U.S. holiday, to get to know a veteran. So that's what a Veterans Day means in the United States. Memorial Day, on the other hand, is a day of giving honor and remembering those in the military who gave the ultimate sacrifice. They died for their country at war or within the terms of military exercise, military maneuvers, something related to the military, but more specifically about those who gave their life during war. So today, I want to go over to the chat too, very much. So I'd also like to hear, I know we have people from all over different countries, and this may not be directly relational to you, but I'd love to know how you, if you're a veteran of a military, foreign to me, because I'm in the United States, if you know anybody that served, you can give them a shout out right here. You could tag them in here. If you have a father, a grandfather, a mother, tag them here if they're on LinkedIn, or just say, thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. This is a great opportunity to do that. And don't worry, I see there are job discussions here. I will relate it back to how you can use this as an opportunity for your career development too. So first thing I want to do is just take a little time to give you an understanding of how to better work with veterans. And I'm trying to keep these points to anybody across the globe. These are universal truths, I believe, about being a veteran. There are great ways that you can learn from them, and you want to be able to relate to them first. You want to be able to understand them, and that's human nature. You have to be able to empathize. You have to be able to connect with somebody in order to grow and learn from them. So some perspectives to help you understand your veteran coworker. We as veterans are used to a completely different work-life balance. It's pretty much non-existent. I used to live with my coworkers. I used to eat with my coworkers. I used to work with my coworkers all times of the day, where it's very different from today, where we are all about finding how do we spend time with our family? How do we have time for our personal development? How do we have time for work? Veterans don't start off like that. We have it all amalgamated into one mass. Everything was about the military. So that's the first thing to understand, your veteran coworkers in the workspace. The second thing is we have to reprogram ourselves to be better coworkers. And I know that sounds weird, but in basic training and in advanced training, we're told to work as a unit, right? Everything has to be cohesive. Everything has to be in line. We have to support each other. And that carries through in various ways as we go through leadership in the military. But once you come into any kind of corporate structure, and I don't think that's just specific to America, you have to reprogram yourself to not always do everything for the team. Like you are not there to sacrifice yourself for the team. You are there to support the team, but you also have to prioritize yourself, prioritize who you are as an individual and your own career journey. Not everything is, hey, I will get this next promotion if I do X, Y, and Z. Your next promotion isn't always that straightforward when you're in corporate America. So we have to spend time reprogramming ourselves to be better coworkers. And the very last thing I want to talk about is the thing that unites us also divides us, right? You look at us and we're all veterans across the globe. But while that word unites us, it also divides us. It divides us on on a very basic level, even within my structures in the United States. In the Army, we have active duty Army, we have Reserve, and we have National Guard. Completely different work cultures, completely different missions that we have. So there's like this pride that comes with each element or each branch that you belong in the military. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that we're all the same. There's a lot of uniqueness. There's a lot of differentiation, and it doesn't mean that we all get along either. There's a lot of complexities behind veterans, and understanding that we're just as much individuals as we are part of a bigger community is important to understand and get along better with your coworkers that are veterans. So I want to take a moment and just kind of check in and see what people are saying. Monica says, my grandfather, who was sent home due to two of my uncles, his brothers, who died serving their country. That's amazing. Or not amazing, but it's, thank you for sharing that. That is amazing. I absolutely have experienced loss in the military myself. And I'm fourth generation military. So many of my elder generations were in previous wars that were a whole lot more catastrophic in terms of human life. So I applaud your grandfather service and memorialize those that have passed while serving. So thank you for sharing that. Hello from San Paulo. Very nice to see you. And I appreciate those that are in the international community sticking around with me too, because I'm going to show you next a little bit how you can take what it is to be a veteran, like what it is, their resourcefulness, their drive, all these keywords that companies put behind really loving to work with veterans. And TTEC really does want to work with veterans and wants to support them and see them thrive within the organization. So I'm going to share a little bit of my screen over here, and I'm taking you over to ttecjobs.com/en/veterans. This is our veterans page where we just talk about what our values relate to. And I want to draw your attention, and this is very relational to you and how you can use keywords, not impersonate veterans, because nobody's here to impersonate veterans. We're not here to fake your valor. That's not what I'm saying here. But I want you to think about what an employer appreciates as you're going forward in your career mobility. Like, what does an employer appreciate about a veteran, and how can you take it and help yourself? There's no harm. There's keywords in here that you can use and say, hey, I understand the company likes this about veterans. How can I relate it to my experience? And how can I show that I'm as good of a team player? I'm as good as a leader. I have as much drive. I have the ability to perform under pressure, and really make yourself look great. There's no harm in that. There's absolutely no harm in that. If I, as an individual saw a leadership trajectory that TTEC had, and they had keywords in there about what they're looking for future leaders, I would absolutely take that and say, hey, I hear they want X, Y, and Z. I'm going to write up some bullets in my resume to support that. So you're giving them no ability to say, hey, you don't qualify. Well, I looked at your website. I absolutely do. I've married it to this. So please, there are qualities that veterans have that you also have, and you can relate what companies look for and make it help your resume. So instead of sharing roles today, I'm kind of sharing tips that you can embody being a veteran, our resourcefulness, our drive, our leadership, and make it work for your resume. So the second thing I want to share, and I may have to go and use LinkedIn. Let's hope it comes up for us, because it was dragging a little bit earlier. And I want you to just, take a little peek into a couple keyword searches you can use on LinkedIn. And I don't have a premium account here on LinkedIn. I just use the words talent acquisition and TTEC. And that pulls up a whole list of people that have the word talent acquisition and TTEC in their name, right? Kimberly Myers, right here. She is an amazing recruiter here at TTEC. She supports our associate roles. So if you're thinking like a veteran, right? You're using your resourcefulness. You're trying to get out there. You've already applied to ttecjobs.com and you want to find out who also is supporting roles for TTEC. This is a great opportunity for you to understand the people that are recruiting or the people that are sharing jobs at TTEC. Because myself and my team, we promote jobs all the time at the associate level. There's also other recruiters that are a little bit higher up in the corporate structure, and they support corporate opportunities. Very often, they will drop in opportunities that they see. Christina Serta, amazing supervisor, I believe. She's a manager, talent acquisition manager. Promotes for our luxury retail brands. These are real people. There are real opportunities to connect with them. And I share this with you as we come towards a close in the show. I appreciate everybody's time. And as we come to a close in the show, I share these opportunities with you because sometimes you have to think out of the box. Yes, you can always go and apply at ttecjobs.com. There's so many great opportunities. At any given time, there's probably 2,000 opportunities available. There's anywhere between 70 and 120 remote opportunities available in the United States, and I can't even count across the globe. There's a reason why we have 65,000 employees globally. But this is the extra step to bootstrap your own career, to think outside the box, all these keywords that you hear with veterans, and take that career step a little bit forward and find somebody who you can connect with that may be recruiting for something that is needed right now. So I'm going to leave you with those couple of thoughts. How to better work with veteran coworkers, the 3 points that I brought up in this show. And that was, we have a different idea of work-life balance. We have to reprogram ourselves and rethink about the way that we are as people in order to be better coworkers for you. And the exact thing, the word veteran that unites us, actually divides us by our culture and our nature. So you can't look at every veteran as the same. Also, don't forget about the tips. There are always keywords out there that leadership or job opportunities that you can find across the board, and use them to your experience, not impersonate veterans, of course, use them to your experience, and give companies what they're looking for, whether you're a veteran or not. And then also be resourceful, bootstrap it. We have, by 2 keywords, talent acquisition and TTEC, you can get a better understanding of what hot jobs are available on LinkedIn with, on top of coming to me for hot jobs every other week. So I hope you enjoyed this different talent show powered by TTEC, because TTEC is powered by our talent. I want to take a moment and thank everybody behind the scenes. There's a lot that goes into these shows every other week. And I couldn't do it without Dora, who's behind the scenes right now and was willing to come on camera with me today, and all of the other support that we think and bring a strategic vision, useful tips, and great talent to you. So, and last but never least, you guys out there, right? You're amazing. You come in, you tell me where you're from, you say hello, you make me feel so welcome, that it's exciting to come here every other week. Again, we will see you on November 17th for our next show. Have a great day.